Hey, what is going on, Fan Clan? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Danny Phantump. Happy Wednesday. Hope you guys are all doing well. I hope you're having a really good week so far. I'm really excited for today's video. But before we jump into things, I just want to say thank you to all of you so much. We just hit 70,000 subscribers on this channel, and it means so much to me to have your guys' support and have you along with this ride, this journey. Like, I don't know how far it goes or how long it goes or whatever the case may be, but I wouldn't... the reason I record is just to have an outlet with you guys and talk Pokemon and share in this passion, and it means everything to me. The comments, the likes, the shares, like all that stuff means everything to me, and I hope you guys know how much I appreciate it. So thank you so much, really, from the bottom of my heart. I have something really exciting planned for 75,000 subscribers, which hopefully we'll hit sooner rather than later, but we have to hit that 75,000 mark in order to trigger that. It's going to be a really fun giveaway involving some vintage items that I'm currently working out a deal for, so I can't wait to be able to announce that. So if this is your first time here, hit that like button down below, leave a comment, hit that subscribe button to help us get to 75,000 subscribers quicker, so that way we can do that fun giveaway. Also, this is going to be the last time for the foreseeable future that I record on a Wednesday, because I am going back to live pack breaks. Those are going to return next week, Wednesday. If you're not in my Discord, I'll leave a link down below. Hope to have all the packs up tonight, but I will announce that in my Discord channel at some point tonight, Wednesday night, and then starting 1 p.m. Central Time every Wednesday for the foreseeable future, we will be returning to live pack openings right here on this channel. So I hope to see you guys there. I'm going to get into things because I'm really excited about this video. It took a lot of research, a lot of data, and a lot of it kind of goes back to the pull rate. So we do a lot on this channel when it comes to pull rates and really analyzing booster boxes and analyzing pull rates for a new set to try and get a feel for how much you should be spending, right? How much you can expect to get in return. And we've always talked about the cost of having fun, the cost of enjoyment. So for example, I took my wife and my 2 daughters to go see a movie a couple weeks ago. We went and saw Lightyear, and it was like $90 to go see the movie after we had, you know, drinks and popcorn and the movie tickets and all that good stuff. It was fairly expensive. So there was a $90 price tag associated with that enjoyment. Like, we got 2 hours or an hour and a half or whatever the case is of enjoyment out of it. There was nothing like concrete that we got to hold, nothing tangible like what you would get from Pokemon cards, but you get that hour and a half to 2 hours of enjoyment for roughly $90. So close to the price of a booster box. That's what we talk about when we talk about how much fun you have opening product. Now, in a collectible space or in a TCG space, a trading card game space like what Pokemon is, there's always going to be value that comes back, right? Value that comes back when you open up a booster box. So when you open up booster packs, there's the price of bulk, there's the price of the code card, and there's the price of the rare or ultra rare that helps you retain some sort of value of what you invested into that pack or into that box. So we're going to look at Brilliant Stars in specific. And if you do like this data, please let me know down below, because I plan to do one for Evolving Skies this upcoming Friday. But this is really kind of breaking down the average amount of value that you can expect to pull out of a Brilliant Stars booster box. And when you factor in the fact that a Brilliant Stars booster box right now is selling between $130, $140, somewhere around there, $140, it puts that price tag of understanding on enjoyment really into perspective for you. So I'm going to flip you guys around so you can see what I'm talking about here. So I've got the spreadsheet that we use to kind of gather all the pull rate data. So this is what we used when we opened up a bunch of Brilliant Stars product prior to release, and we gathered a bunch of Brilliant Stars products, our pull rates from different people in our Discord, so that way we get a full understanding of how you would expect your Brilliant Stars booster box to perform when it comes to pull rates. So we have everything laid out as far as rarity goes. And for this experiment, I guess I should say, we are assuming that each different rarity has the same pull rate. So we would assume that you will pull approximately the same amount of Shaman V as you would Zarude V. Even though we pulled 33 Shaman V and only 23 Zarude V, we would assume that the rarity, the sheets are still manufactured in the same way. They're still cut the same way. There's as many Shaman V produced as there are Zarude V. And this is why I always talk about those ancillary products in a Pokemon card set. That is so important, because those are the ones that you pull more of. So when you have a set like Astral Radiance, where you have Irida and you have have trekking shoes, and you have the Reggie line, and you have Deancey, and these cards that are holo rares or less that have a little bit of value associated with them, that really helps add up a set where you get more out of that booster box. But if we look at something like Brilliant Stars, pretty much all of these cards right here are bulk Vs. And I know $2 is a little bit high for a bulk V. You're not going to be able to get that. If you do break it up and you do bulk lots on eBay, or you do bulk lots on Amazon, or you sell on TCG Player, you should be able to get about $1.99, $2 if you're willing to kind of piece it out, split it up. Yeah, you have shipping costs. Yeah, you have additional fees, things like that. But that is kind of where you would be able to move that bulk V card for. So $2 is what we put for just about everything. This is the price that's associated with each of these regular art cards. The only outliers when it comes to regular art Vs are this Charizard V here that's selling for about $5.50. I took the lowest near mint copy on TCG Player and rounded up to the nearest quarter. So the lowest available. I didn't go off market pricing for this because I really wanted to get a feel for if you sold this product immediately or if you sold this card immediately. And typically you're going to have to match the lowest near mint copy available in order to sell it quickly. So Charizard V selling for about $5.50, and the Arceus V down here, because of its competitive components that are associated with it, about $5 attached to the Arceus V. Everything else is about $2. Everything else is about a bulk V rate. If we look at the VMAX cards, not very good, right? You have Kingler, you have Mimikyu, and you have Aggron. Each one of those is selling for about $2.50, except for the Kingler VMAX, which is only selling for about $2. Nothing in Brilliant Stars of the VMAX rarity has much value to it, unfortunately, at all. When you look at the V-Star, there's two of them that kind of stand out, right? We have the Charizard V-Star, which is selling for $15, and we have the Arceus V-Star, which is selling for $23. Other than that, you have a Whimsicott V-Star at $2.50 and a Shaman V-Star at $2. If we look at the full arts here, not a whole lot here. Pikachu V is double digits. That's selling for $10. The Charizard V full art is selling for $35. You have $13.25. It's amazing how far Arceus V has fallen. $13.25 for the full art. Raichu V, $5.50. Lumineon V, $7.50. Other than that, all of them are pretty cheap. You're looking at $3.75 for Shaman. You're looking at $2 for the full art Gramble, $3.50 for Whimsicott, $2.50 for Honchkrow, $3 for Zamazenta, $4 for Flygon. Pretty much extremely cheap, close to bulk for all those. When it comes to full art trainers, only Marnie's Pride is in that double digit range, right? You have $13 for Marnie's Pride. Everything else is under $10. So you have Cynthia's Ambition, which is $9, $5 for Charon's Care, $2.75 for Barry. Kingler, it says Kindler. Kindler, yeah, that's what I meant, not Kingler. $2.50 for Kindler, and then Roxanne's Backup is selling for $4.50. And then the alternate arts, this is where you have a little bit more of outliers because of that Charizard V, so these numbers are going to be slightly skewed. But for the purpose of trying to understand your average pull rate, I wanted to assume that every single card, depending on rarity, had the same pull rate, because that is my assumption. Charizard V, $155 for that one, really ups the average for alternate arts. Arceus V, $42. Then you have Lumineon V, $22, and Honchkrow V, the alternate art, is selling currently for $14. If we look at the Rainbow Rares, Shaman V-Star, $6. You also have an outlier here with Charizard V-Star selling currently for $95. The Whimsicott V-Star is $6. Arceus V-Star only $24.50. Charon's Care $4. Cynthia's Ambition $5. Kindler $3.50. And Roxanne's Backup $3.50. If we look at the gold item cards, there's only two in this set. The Ultra Ball is selling for $20. The Magma Basin is selling for $6. And then if we look at the gold Pokemon, you have Galarian Articuno, which is $17, Galarian Zapdos, which is $17, and Galarian Moltres, which is $19.50. It's amazing to me how cheap some of these gold birds are. And then the Arceus V-Star, which is selling for $37. So that is all of the upper rarity items for you looking at a regular Art V or higher, the current rates that they are selling for. So then we had to go down and we had to get a good understanding of what pull rates you're going to get out of each booster box. So if you go out and you spend $135 on a Brilliant Stars booster box, you can expect to get 8.22 Ultra Rares per box. That means most of the boxes are going to have 8 Ultra Rares. Some of them might have 9. Now, this is not including Trainer Gallery cards. We're going to look at that in a second, but this is just Ultra Rares, so those Vs and higher as far as rarity goes. When it comes to regular arts, you're getting 4.93 regular arts per pack, so about 5. And your average value, so what we did to calculate the value is we totaled up the amount that we pulled to get a full idea of your pull rate, and then we totaled up the price for all of those cards. We multiplied the quantity by the price so that we would get a good idea of entirety as far as pull rate goes, and then we divided it by the amount of that rarity that we pulled. I hope that all makes sense if I'm explaining it correctly. But we got an average of $2.37 per booster box when it comes to these are what your regular arts are worth. So if we factor in the fact that you're going to pull 4.93 regular arts per box at an average rate of $2.37, that means on average you're going to get $11.67 of value out of those regular art V cards. I hope that all makes sense, so stay with me. I hope you guys are staying with me here. When it comes to VMAX cards, your average value is $2.32 per VMAX card. And if we take, now this is interesting because you're only pulling 0.46 VMAX cards out of a box. It's less than 1/2 per box. So you would have to open up multiple boxes in order to pull even one. So to factor everything in correctly, we took this 0.46 and multiplied it by this 2.32 average value of your VMAXs, and we got $1.07. If we look at V-Stars, you're pulling a little bit better than VMAXs. You're pulling about half per box. So every 2 boxes, you're going to pull a V-Star. $11.62 is the value because of that Arceus and because of that Charizard, upping the value a little bit with those outliers. But if we assume the rarities are the same as far as pull rates go, that regardless of which V-Star it is, you're going to pull the same amount. 1162 is the average value of all those V-Stars, which brings you a total of $5.90 on average per booster box that you're going to open, based off of the only half per booster box that you open as far as pull rates go. When it comes to full arts, you're going to pull just less than 1. You're going to pull 0.84 per booster box with an average value of $7.54. That means on average you're going to pull $6.36 out of your booster box. This is assuming you're opening up multiple booster boxes, right? Or even just one. This is what your chances are, average. Average full arts per box, 0.84. If we look at the average alternate arts per box, you're only pulling 0.22. So it takes about 4 boxes just to pull one alternate art. Your average value is $56.37. That is thanks to that Charizard alternate art really upping the value in that. But if we assume the same pull rate for Charizard as like what you would have for Honchkrow, $56.37 is what your average is going to be, which means you are pulling an average of $12.62 per booster box that you open. When it comes to full art trainers, you're pulling 0.43 per box at an average value of $5.43 per full art. That means you're pulling $2.35 of value out of each booster box. Rainbow Rares, 0.54 per box. So about every 2 boxes, you're going to pull 1 Rainbow Rare. $17.73 is the average, thanks to that Charizard V-Star. $9.66 is going to be your average pull per box based off of pull rates. Average secret items, you're looking at 0.097. Remember, there's only 2, so it's going to take you roughly 10 boxes in order to open up one of those secret item cards because there are so few of them. $10.20 is your average because Ultra Ball is 20, and that means your average per box is 99 cents. Average secret Pokemon per box, you're looking at 0.2, so 1 out of every 5 boxes that you open. Average value is $23.48, which means on average $4.73 per booster box that you open will be attributed to those gold Pokemon or those secret Pokemon per box. Now, if we move over to sheet 2 and we look at the trainer gallery, I'm not going to go through each of these individually because I don't want to throw too many numbers out there and take too much time, but we do have, I did separate this based off of pull rate data that we know that you're going to pull more of the TG 1 through 12 than you are of the TG 13 through 30. So all the way up to a Rangaroo here, you're going to pull more of those per box than you will the rest of them. So like here, TG per box, TG 1 through 12, we're going to pull 3, and TG 13 through 30, we're going to pull 1.27. So if we look at the values of all of these, the only ones that really, I mean, there's nothing really that stands out, right? They're all $3 or less. Eevee's $3, Jolteon's $3, everything else is fairly cheap. If we look at the more expensive ones, starting with Bolton V, you have at 8, 15 for Sylveon, 1850 for Sylveon VMAX, you have 1350 for Umbreon V, you have 26 for Umbreon VMAX, and then some cheaper ones here at the bottom. So your TG 1 through 12 per box, you're getting 3. On average, their value is $1.11. The TG 13 through 30, you're pulling only 1.27 per box. On average, their value is $8.59. So if we look at everything together and factor in all this stuff here, these are kind of your values here. Your total is, you're looking at $65 per booster box that you are pulling just in Ultra Rares and Trainer Gallery cards. So if we add up all the rarities that we had, all of those rarities together, all the Vs, all the VMAXs, on average, you're looking at $65 in pulls. If we add the bulk and codes, and we're very, very giving when it comes to bulk and codes, right? Because we know bulk and codes are not nearly worth what they used to be. But if we add in, hey, there's some playable hollows in here, or hey, there's some decent staples as far as trainer cards go, we're just saying, okay, let's assume we can sell all the bulk and codes for $15. That means a rough estimate of the actual value that you can expect to pull from your booster box of Brilliant Stars is going to be around $80. As of right now, when I was looking last night at the Brilliant Stars booster box, you're looking at spending $137.39 on a Brilliant Stars booster box. That is as far as the market price goes. So with a market price that high, you are looking at a loss of approximately $57 every time you open up a booster box. So what does that tell me? That tells me that there's got to be either $57 of enjoyment that you're putting into opening up that booster box. You have to have $57 of fun to open up that booster box, and if that's worth it to you, that's awesome. Otherwise, that tells me a lot of people, and this is what we talked about earlier about booster boxes slowing down in sales, not moving as quickly as they once were. I think a lot of people are kind of transitioning over to loose packs. Maybe there's discounted loose packs. A lot of store owners are breaking open collection boxes because collection boxes aren't selling as well. So buying a booster pack of Brilliant Stars at $3, $3.50 is going to be a much better value for you than spending $138 on a booster box, right? Because you're only pulling roughly $80 out of your booster box. Now, you could pull better. You could pull that Alternate Art Charizard and that Rainbow Rare Charizard in the same box, and all of a sudden, boom, you have over a $200 booster box. That's the gambling aspect of everything. But when it comes to averages, the law of averages, roughly you're going to pull about $80 worth of value out of that booster box, which means you're going to be losing $57. So do you attribute that $57 to fun? And if you do, then it's worth it. Then it's okay. Or do you kind of adjust your buying habits, adjust your spending habits, and you start looking for discounted collection boxes or discounted packs or whatever the case may be, so that way you can still have that enjoyment, but you're kind of evening the odds a little bit, if that makes sense, where you're not losing as much money. I hope this all made sense to you guys. I really want to make sure that I give you the information and the data that you can use to make the best decisions when it comes to your spending habits for Pokemon, because Pokemon is a ton of fun, and playing the game is a ton of fun, and collecting cards is a ton of fun, but also it can get very expensive very fast. And especially in today's economy, you want to make sure you budget yourself properly so that way you can enjoy Pokemon for the long haul. If you're somebody who's like, yeah, I can have $57 worth of fun opening up a booster box, that's no problem. Then I'll just sit on the cards and hope that one day they go up. That's totally fine. There's nothing wrong with that. I'm just saying this is an expectation that you should set for yourself currently with the way that the market currently is. So I wanted to provide that information. Like I said, if you do enjoy it, I'll do another one for Evolving Skies this upcoming Friday. I think that one will be very interesting, especially with the low pull rates when it comes to those high secret rares, those high rarity like the Moonbreon, like the Rayquaza VMAX, those alternate art cards. If you do enjoy it, please hit that subscribe button down below. Share it with your friends. Tell everybody about the channel. It would mean a lot to me. It would help me get to 75,000 subscribers faster, and then we could do something really fun. But leave a like and a comment down the video because it does go a long way for the algorithm. Thank you so much for taking the time to listen to me ramble. I know it was a lot of numbers, and I'm sure it was kind of confusing at times. If anybody needs this information, I can drop it in the Discord. Like I said, I'll leave a link in the Discord down below, but that way you can kind of digest it on your own and kind of look things over. But I think it's a really good tool and data to look at to get a good understanding of what you can expect to get out of a booster box, and then that difference, that loss. I mean, nobody should expect to make money off of a booster box. Like, that's the gambling aspect of it. But what you should expect is how much fun can I get out of this if you put a monetary value on that level of fun. And you could, $57, obviously a lot cheaper than taking the family to a movie, so it's not a big deal when it comes to that regard, but it really just depends on how much fun. There has to be a price tag on it, right? So if you guys did like it, like I said, leave a comment, leave a like, subscribe to the channel. I'm done talking. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Until then, thanks for everything. Peace.